Hey, welcome to StreetMotoZ. Today we're going to talk about when do you know you've mastered your first motorcycle. So let's go for a ride. And we'll talk about that. Hope everybody's having a great day today. So the question is, when do you know you've mastered your first motorcycle? If you want to move up to the next motorcycle or want to try to get something different, maybe something a little more powerful, something a little faster. A lot of people start out on 300s, 400s, or 650s. Some people just jump right into a big bike. But how do you know you're ready to move to the next level? How do you know you've mastered your first motorcycle? Well, for me, my personal experience, this is my first motorcycle. And I think I'm getting close to really understanding this guy. It's a really great motorcycle, Ninja 650, and I've been riding it for about 8 months. I've ridden it about 6,000 miles. So a lot of really mastering a motorcycle is you kind of have a little bit of a gut understanding about it. I think it boils down to that. Do you ever feel out of your element on your motorcycle? I mean, are there times when you're going around a corner or accelerating, going through towns, going through intersections, on the interstate, anything like that that's a little bit difficult or make you feel a little bit uneasy? You shouldn't feel uneasy at all. You should feel comfortable and confident wherever you're going and whatever you're doing on your motorcycle. That's a really good indicator. That's kind of a real simple one, but I want to talk about 11 things about riding a motorcycle. It seems like a lot. I'll try to plow through them really quick. 11 things that once you master, once you're really good at, that means you're pretty much ready to move up or to move to a different bike or something different. So number one is body position. A lot of times when you're making turns and making corners, you have a body position. You could probably get away with sitting up straight all the time on the street, the body position, but your bike is going to have to lean. If you're going faster, like over 30 miles an hour and making a turn, usually you'll want to lean your head in the direction of the turn. Like this turn here, I am going 44 miles an hour. I'll want to lean with my head. So I'm leaning my head into the turn. If I was driving slower, like in a gas station, then I would do more counter leaning where my body would stay up straight and my bike would turn kind of like what I'm doing now. See how my body, the camera's not moving, but the motorcycle is moving? That's counter leaning. If I were to lean with my head, that's another type of lean. That's body position. Number two is knowing what's behind you. You always want to be looking in the rear view mirrors and find out if somebody's behind you, especially when you're coming up to a stop sign or a red light. Number three is looking through a corner. So if you're going around a corner, you want to be looking up. Your eyes want to be focused on the corner. You don't want to be focused on the left or where you might not be going. You always want to be focused and looking forward through the corner. Number four is before you stop, preloading the brakes with 2 fingers. You should be riding your motorcycle with 2 fingers on the brake or 2 fingers on the clutch. Some people use 1, but 2 is fine. Not 4. You don't want to be grabbing your clutch like a gorilla or your brake like a gorilla. So preloading means as you're coming up to a stop, you press on the brake just a little bit and preload it before you start heavily braking. Number 5 is dealing with sliding the back tire. And if you're riding an ABS bike, and you've started with an ABS bike, you probably haven't had to deal with the back tire sliding. So understanding what happens when the back tire slides, if you brake too much, it's always a good thing to practice. People in motocross understand that. A lot of times it's good to practice. You can turn off the ABS, go into a practice area, and do a little bit of heavy braking. See what happens when that back tire starts to slide. But be careful with that, and do that in a very protected area, like a parking lot or somewhere where you'll be safe. You don't have to do it at a high speed. You can go in second gear at 20 miles per hour and try it and see how it feels. But being comfortable in dealing with that is a good thing to know. Number 6, rev matching on a downshift. That is helpful, and it's a good fun thing to practice. Not everybody ever practices that. So like if I'm going in the 5th gear, rev matching on upshifts and downshifts is a good thing to be good at, where you're not jerking the bike on the upshift and you're not braking the bike heavily on the downshift. Number 7, pick your moment and pick your location. What does that mean? Well, if you're going to drive really fast, you don't want to do that through town. And you don't want to do that in dangerous situations where people could be pulling on the road or making a left in front of you. You don't want to be going really fast in those areas, in those situations. The track is a really good place if you want to go fast. If you want to practice wheelies, you don't want to practice that in a neighborhood with houses all around you and kids. So picking your location and picking your situation is always good. Number 8, knowing how to do slow maneuvers. On your motorcycle, you will want to be able to navigate around a gas station and a parking lot, driving very slow and very precise, and being able to make sharp turns and U-turns. You're going to want to be able to stop in the middle of the road and make a U-turn without having to make a 3-point turn on your motorcycle. You can get in a parking lot somewhere with some cones and practice them. There's a lot of different exercises for it that will make you very good on your motorcycle. Number 9, you need to feel comfortable getting onto, driving on, and getting off of the interstate. A lot of times, new motorcycle riders won't ever go on the interstate for the first couple of months because that interstate, it's a bit scary. Everybody drives really fast. A lot of people in that left-hand lane are more aggressive, and you want to be comfortable and confident on that interstate. When getting on the interstate, you need to be able to accelerate up and merge into traffic without any problems, without causing any anxiety in yourself or any of the other car riders around you. Getting off the interstate, you need to realize that you're going a pretty fast speed, and the last 2 I think are the most important. Number 10 is to be able to do a quick stop. A lot of motorcycle riders never practice this, and this is one of the most important things to riding a motorcycle, is knowing how to quickly stop your motorcycle. There's some really good things that you can practice in a parking lot. You can get some cones, you can put your bike in second gear, go 20 miles per hour, and see how fast you can stop. And you want to be able to stop within 16 to 18 feet. You can also go up to 25 miles per hour in that parking lot. And when you do that, also see how quickly you can stop. 25 is a lot faster than 20, so it's always good to start with 20. And number 11, I think, is the biggest one. After you've done your quick stop practices and you feel real confident in those, try some slow down and quick swerve practices. That's where if a car pulls out in front of you, you start your braking, you're slowing down, and then you swerve around that car really fast. And there's some good practices for that. Moto Jiu-Jitsu has some good examples, some good distances that you can set up some cones for doing that. You got to check out his channel. He's really good on the slow maneuvers, the quick stops, and the quick swerves. If you could do all of those confidently, then I think you're well on your way to mastering your first motorcycle. I wish you guys safe riding, and I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe.